Hello everyone, my name is Mia, your mystic therapist, and I am here today to really record a video in honor of the goddess ERZULIE FREDA and to make a video about my experience working with her and the ways that she has transformed my life. And so if you are someone who is interested in topics of love, beauty, elegance, African, aka Haitian spirituality, goddess worship, honoring your own inner goddess, I would highly recommend staying and watching this video. So just a few things about the goddess ERZULIE FREDA. As you can see, her favorite color in the entire world is pink. She absolutely loves the color pink, okay? So ERZULIE FREDA is a Haitian goddess of love, beauty, and prosperity. She is the goddess of elegance and luxury. And on my birthday this year, the goddess ERZULIE FREDA came to me through psychic vision and also to me in a dream. And as y'all know, I am a psychic medium. So the gods and the goddesses come to me in dreams and let me know when it's time for me to interact and work with each one. So me and ERZULIE FREDA developed a very deep relationship. So I'm going to tell you about ERZULIE FREDA from a very intrinsic experience, one-on-one with her, speaking in meditation, speaking with her psychically, as well as when she comes to me in my dreams. Okay, so honey, the first thing I'm gonna tell you about ERZULIE FREDA, honey, when I say absolutely gorgeous, stunning, beautiful, skin is so delicious. Some people say that she's like a light skin color, like a black. Obviously she's Haitian. I've seen her with brown skin. She has like a beautiful soft caramel brown skin. I think she has a very Venusian body. She's very much in shape, but she does have like beautiful curves. She's always wearing pink. She smells so good when she comes to you, that her energy just evokes, for me personally, it evokes deep heart chakra openings. It evokes feelings of love and also, a little bit of grief, right? Because her energy is so potent with the frequency of love. And when you are someone who is a highly sensitive empath like myself and her, you are able to tap into this energy and what this love is. But as we'll get into some of the lessons that I've learned with her, you'll see that a lot of people on earth don't have access to the ability to love in such a profound way, right? And so ERZULIE FREDA, when I first started working with her and when she first came into my life, when I was scrolling on TikTok, mind you, the gods and the goddesses tend to intervene with my TikTok, by showing me messages that just like manifest. Like, so for example, there was this all these like luxury purses and luxury shoes and all these ERZULIE FREDA videos kept popping up, and everything was pink. And it was this real sound that was just like, it's pink, so pretty. She just kept telling me, basically psychically telling me to purchase like pink stuff. So honey, if you come to my home, yeah, I have a lot of pink stuff everywhere. And as you know, like they always say, when a girl starts wearing pink, that means she's healing. And that's exactly what the goddess ERZULIE FREDA did for me. I have like pink curtains, like, I've always really loved pink, but I have way more pink stuff. Like my office bag is pink, my purse is like, I have so many pink purses, yeah, it's really giving. I have like even more pink dresses, like, and I have pink stuff before, but honey, it's really giving like pink, okay, when working with ERZULIE FREDA. Another thing is, when you're working with ERZULIE FREDA, she's very luxury, elegance, perfume, high perfume, you know. So a perfume that I found that she really enjoys is Prada Sweet Candy. She really loves that. And I love that for her. So I've been, you know, and I have multiple perfumes that I have made as an offering to her, you know. And another thing is, when working with the goddess ERZULIE FREDA, when you're working with her, she loves having an altar set up to her. So I literally had a beautiful altar with all the things that, you know, all the things that she likes, such as like beautiful pink stuff. These beautiful flowers came from her altar, pink candles, perfume. She loves pearls. I had this beautiful statue. She definitely has like she's a very Venusian goddess, so a very like mermaid type of energy, you know. I had a lot of beautiful rose. She loves the scent of rose. She loves the roses, the flowers. She just loves all things. Oh, she loves chocolate. So my altar had I got like Tootsie Rolls, Snickers. These are some offerings you can make to her. She likes Tootsie Rolls. She likes the Snickers. She likes the Hershey Kisses. You know, she loves the pink candles, you know. She really, and it has to be clean, you know. When you're working with the goddess ERZULIE FREDA, if you're somebody who is like a messy person, honey, she does not like that, okay? No, okay? So you have to make sure not only is the altar space clean, because if the altar space is not clean, like, she does not like that at all. Like, she's like kind of prissy a little bit, like, I cannot. And it's so interesting because I'm kind of like that too. Like, if I'll be like, it stinks to me, I don't like that, you know, like. And so that's why I feel like she came to me. We have a lot of similarities, you know. She's a really big empath. She's very sensitive to emotions, you know. So she really feels like your emotions, you know what I'm saying? And same, you know, we feel the emotions in our own body. We cry, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're very sensitive people, right? And so, yeah, you got making sure you have the altar space set up. Make sure when you're working with the goddess ERZULIE FREDA, she's going to make sure that when you're working with her, that you're realizing that you are, you know, you have to keep yourself clean. You have to keep yourself put together, grooming yourself, making sure you look beautiful, making sure you smell good. You know, she will help you to, you know, raise your standards and things like that. You know, she does not like low vibrational energy. Remember, she's the goddess of wealth and prosperity, you know. So that's really the vibes that she gives. Like, if you like my energy, when you look at me, a lot of my videos that I have been posting recently, some of them has been recent, but some of them has been from the past. Like, look at me, like, I'm just so fabulous, like, you know. And I've always been fabulous, but like, you know, yeah, me and ERZULIE has been through a very transformational energy together. Like, I've always been extremely fabulous, but obviously you can feel the ERZULIE energy pulsating through my veins because we've always been connected. She just, on my birthday, she just was like, okay, it's time, okay? And so it's a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to tell you a few things about her, a few things that she likes. Another thing, you know, she loves when because it's not just about you giving things to her. Remember, these goddesses are a part of you. The goddesses are definitely, some people might think different, whatever. I'm a medium. I experience spirituality very different from people who simply read about it, right? I experience the gods and the goddesses just like I experience humans, right? In a different way, but pretty much, maybe if not more, I'm closer to them than I am to most humans, right? And so, you know, the gods and the goddesses, when you work with them, their frequencies lie dormant within you. So when you work with them, you're activating this energy that is within you, right? And so with ERZULIE, when I work with her, she wants you to get the luxury shoes. She wants you to have the high level this, you know, everything has to be cutesy. You know, you got to make sure your car is clean. You know, if anything is worn, if you wearing some dresses or something that's not really like put together, it's giving throw it in the trash. You know, you just gotta make sure you coming with it. It's given you when you imagine ERZULIE FREDA, imagine this is the energy of ERZULIE FREDA. Gorgeous, honey. When she walks into a room, into a grand ball, everybody is looking at her. All of the men, first of all, okay? And then all of the women too. Some of the women are going to look with admiration. Some of the women are going to look with jealousy, okay? And honey, if that ain't the truth, because that is exactly my personal experiences in life, pretty much most of my life, all my life. I'm like, it is what it is, honey. That's why, you know, that's why she was like, honey, let me teach you why. Let me tell you why. I'm like, oh, I see, honey. It's just a frequency that you have. You're just royal. You're just luxury. You're just elegant, okay? So this is the energy, you know, of ERZULIE FREDA, okay? So I'm going to tell you about my experience working with ERZULIE FREDA. Now, they say that ERZULIE FREDA is the goddess of love. Yes, she can bring you love, but the thing about ERZULIE FREDA is that she is not unrealistic. It's really the duality of love, right? You see the beautiful things about love, but then you also see the heartbreak, the things that makes it challenging. Like the love with ERZULIE FREDA is such a divine, high vibrational love, right? There's no ego involved, you know? It's just, I love you, you know? But the thing about it is, on this earth plane, we live amongst people who have a lot of trauma that they have not healed. They have their egos, they have their addictions, they have their, you know, their things that keeps them from just, a lot of people don't feel that they are worthy of love. You know, we have unprocessed grief that blocks from fully showing up in love. And so when you're working with the goddess of love, the goddess ERZULIE FREDA, you will experience, she will take you through so many lessons and show you, you know, the duality of love, and it will heal you. But I will be honest, it will bring you lots and lots of tears. You will have to cry. I can genuinely say that I personally, I am a divine feminine on this earth at this time, right? And so I'm also a leader of the new earth. And so I am literally not allowed to have mortal third dimensional relationships. If I wanted to be married right now to, you know, I can. That's easy. You know, if I wanted to be in a relationship with, you know, a man right now, that's easy. I get asked to be in relationships all the time. You know, I've had exes who wanted to marry me multiple times. But my thing is, you know, I have a very high level standard of love. And also, I will only commit to my divine counterpart. So that's just what it is, you know. So I have a mission on this earth plane. I am here to be a teacher in these ways when it comes to love, sensuality, healing, alchemy, shadow work, and things like that. And I have chosen this path with the goddesses of being used as a vessel to learn these lessons, not only through studying and being a clinical therapist, but also going through my own journeys. And honey, there's always love around me. There's always, you know, somebody and whatnot in love with me. And, you know, who's not to say I'm not in a relationship right now? Y'all ain't gonna know my business like that until I'm married. I ain't putting nobody, no, y'all ain't gonna know my personal relationship business like that until, you know, unless it's my husband for a while. But, you know, I'm just letting you know what the vibes is giving from the vessel that I'm channeling through. But, you know, when I was working with, while working with ERZULIE FREDA for these last few months, you know, she has guided me through 2 connections that were deeply impactful to my spirit. You know what I'm saying? how do I talk about this? Let me pause for a minute. Yeah, I'm a very private person, so, but you know, and I don't like putting other people's business out there either. Let's just say, okay, so I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to be vulnerable as well. So what I will say is, you know, I have a Venus in Pisces, so I attract soulmate love very easily. And I was in a connection with a soulmate. And this person, you know, although we deeply loved each other, this person struggled with certain things that blocked him from being able to be a healthy partner. You know, the most heartbreaking thing as a woman, as a divine feminine, when dealing with a man, is when a man does not have a healthy relationship with his own emotions. He is going to struggle to have a healthy relationship with you as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And that may manifest as addictions, partying, smoking, you know, drinking, being a workaholic, things to avoid facing the pain that they constantly run away from, you know. And for someone like me, you know, who is a leader of the new earth and whose union is going to be a, how can I say this? Blueprint for the other unions that will come after me, right? My relationship with my husband is destined to be a blueprint, right? For all other unions that, with clients who come to me, for me to say, this is how you do that, this is how you do that. If the man that I'm dating or that I'm in a relationship with is not willing to do his own shadow work and his own inner work, he is not qualified to hold that leadership position as the blueprint. Okay? That does not mean that he has to be here teaching as I am, but that means that he has to be willing to face his own shadows to be in relationship to a goddess on this earth plane. That is something that a lot of men are doing, fortunately. But that is something that, unfortunately, that past soulmate did not. And so I had to let him go. And I had to see the duality of that, you know. And that connection really triggered some old grief within me. Now, when you're working with ERZULIE FREDA, she will show you, you will be able to call in the connections, but she will show you where there were some blockages in your own heart. There were some places where even the person after that may have triggered something within me that was grief from the past, whether it was the past from past familial connections, right? Or maybe a past relationship, you know, that I had to grieve, I had to cry it out about, right? So ERZULIE FREDA, when you're working with ERZULIE FREDA, you have to be prepared to really heal. You have to be prepared to really do the shadow work. You have to be prepared when you are triggered to really cry and to really feel the pain. You will see, and the thing about it is, like, it's not that you'll be crying because, you know, oh, this relationship didn't work out. Maybe a little bit of that, but not really. When you love yourself, you're fine, honey. I mean, getting a man is the easiest thing on earth when you're a goddess. I mean, there's so many of them, right? But it's really not about that. What it is like, you feel the pain of the man. You feel the pain of the people. You know, like, for me as a healer, when people come to me, especially these weeks that I'm working with ERZULIE FREDA, they come, and I'm a clinical therapist, so I have clients coming, and I'm also a tarot therapist, so I have clients coming to me with their relationship challenges, and I see and I feel their hearts, and it makes me tear up. I feel their feelings on such a deep level, and I see their inner child, and I see the needs that are not getting met, and I see the ways in which, you know, their partner's inner child is showing up in the relationship, malfunctioning, showing up and not showing up in the relationship, and the ways in which that affects the other person, right? And it's so hard when you're connected with the goddess of love. You feel all of the energy in your body, and so it's a beautiful thing for me, in which it makes me extremely capable of seeing, feeling, hearing, and understanding my clients to the point where I deeply empathize with them, and I know exactly what they need in order for them to alchemize the energy. So I'm very effective in my work because of this, but it makes it challenging because I feel the pain so deeply in my own body, whereas it makes me cry. And so ERZULIE FREDA is also connected to the goddess Mother Mary. If you do some research on photos of ERZULIE FREDA, you see pictures where there is like a knife stabbed in her heart, because her energy also represents the grief and pain of the heartbreak of the fact that on this earth plane, a lot of people don't know how to love, right? And they don't know how to have healthy relationships. And that has been a journey that I've had to go through when working with ERZULIE FREDA. And I feel like she has prepared me for my counterpart in a way that I didn't know that I still needed to do. She helped me to clear out. ERZULIE FREDA, when working with her, she took me on a journey through real experiences in my life where I had to go deep inside of my heart and really clear out the crevices that may have blocked me from fully giving and receiving love in a harmonious way. I had to look at my own patterns. I'm about to get vulnerable here with y'all. I had to look at my own patterns. She made me see where maybe I was choosing partners that mirrored my own family dynamics, where I was maybe playing the martyr or the healer, right? Because in my family, I was the older sister. It was giving parentification. So maybe in some ways, the men in my life, they were able to show up in certain ways on the earth plane, maybe financially or, you know, whatever, protection or something like that. But when it came to their emotional well-being, they were emotionally incapable, you know, of being a healthy lover because of their trauma. They did not heal their trauma, which was something that I experienced with my own mom. My mom, she had a lot of trauma that she didn't heal. So it blocked her ability to truly love in a healthy way. ERZULIE FREDA, when I work with her for these, I'll tell you, when I was working with ERZULIE FREDA, she told me that for 10 weeks, it would be a 10-week, let me see, Goddess, am I allowed to tell them this? No, this part is for me, between me and her, because everybody's experience with her is going to be different. But me and her, we had an agreement and a ritual that I had to do for 10 weeks, I'll say. And she took me through, I want to say 10 lessons, 10 really hard lessons, but I came out more delicious, attracting a higher caliber partner. You know, I attract mature men now. You know, I've always attracted amazing men in their own way, but now the men who I attract is like The more I do my shadow work, the higher caliber of partner I attract. That doesn't mean that they're all a perfect match for me, okay? But at least it's, you know, definitely people who are more established on the earth plane, who have more financial resources, just naturally gravitate towards me. But also people who want a partner, you know, like a real partner, not a mommy. Some people want a mommy. Some men want a partner. That doesn't mean that all those men who want a partner are really ready, because they still gotta be willing to do the shadow work. But at least they're not men who needs a mommy. Anyway, so, you know, ERZULIE has taken me through a lot of different lessons. It was very interesting though, because she really holds you accountable. Hold on, I'm getting poked in the eye. Okay. She really takes you on some ooh, hold on, I'm really getting poked. Hold on. Cool. Y'all be fine, honey. Real life. This is real time. I don't script our channel. What is going on here? It's giving ouch. Ow. Okay, starting to feel better. Okay. Another thing is you learn forgiveness. I definitely have to learn forgiveness. Throughout this journey, I had to really go through a process of forgiveness. That was a part of my journey. I had to really forgive my family. I had to forgive friends. I had to forgive past lovers. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive. I had to really cry, write letters, burn them, maybe reach out to people, let them know, like, I forgive you. I had to really clear. She made me heal my heart. Like, ERZULIE Freda healed my heart. Working with the goddess ERZULIE Freda healed my heart fully. And it's so crazy because before working with her, I'm very like I said, when it comes to my role on this earth plane and having my divine counterpart, yeah, divine feminines, we can be with any man we like. I'm not gonna say any man we want, but I mean, there's a man who want to be with us every 5 minutes. Like, look at me, like, hello, you know. But divine counterpart is a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like, divine love, the blueprint of holding the frequency of God and goddess. And we as women, we have to do inner work to hold that frequency too. So I thought that I was ready before working with her. I didn't know I had pain to clear out my own heart too. I had to forgive people, you know. Yeah. She hooked me up. She really did. She hooked me up. And when I think about her right now, it makes me want to cry. I think that's why my eye is like, you know, because I've been tearing up thinking about her. Like, I had a dream last night about that past soulmate who I talked about. He came into my dreams and he apologized, you know, and he kissed my hands, you know. And I know I'm 100% sure he's thinking about me right now. I can feel it. Okay. We're irresistible, honey, as women, you know. I get it. Especially when you're like this, when you really love people, you know. We're irresistible. I get it. But anyway, so I just wanted to let y'all know, while I was working with the goddess ERZULIE Freda, one of my offerings to her is that she had me, as y'all know, I have an Etsy shop. I am a candle maker. I'm also a candle magician. I do practice and teach candle magic. I also am a conjure. Y'all already know, honey. You already know the magical gifts. I do make the oils. You know, I've been practicing my craft, my magic for a very long time. I've been practicing for myself. I teach clients, I teach classes, I teach courses. You know, I'm really her in real life. So ERZULIE Freda made me, she asked me to create some ERZULIE Freda oil. So if you would like to work with the goddess ERZULIE Freda, we have ERZULIE Freda candles and ERZULIE Freda oils, ERZULIE Freda candles and oils that can be purchased on my Etsy shop. And honey, I had all of her candles and oils charged on her altar. Nothing I do, no candles and oils that I make with any gods and goddesses isn't charged directly with them, and no candles and oils that I make with any gods and goddesses are not with gods and goddesses that I've worked with before. So these are specifically channeled by the goddess ERZULIE Freda. You would like to invoke her energy into your life, adding more beauty, more luxury, more elegance, healing your heart. If you would like to really heal the little girl in your heart, heal from past relationships, manifest a higher caliber of partner, break old toxic romantic patterns in your life, ERZULIE Freda is the goddess that you need to be working with, honey. The Haitian goddess of love, beauty, and luxury. And ERZULIE Freda candles and oils on my Etsy shop, available for purchase today, honey. Potent, 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 beautiful, beautiful. Made by yours truly, the Mystic Therapist, aka Mia Cyrena, and the goddess ERZULIE Freda herself, honey. Period. So I just wanted to say, everybody, if you are considering working with the goddess ERZULIE Freda, please get your tissues. You're gonna be crying. You're gonna cry, but it's gonna be healing tears. Please prepare to be worshipped by men, honey. Okay. Everywhere I go. I love them. You know? Prepare to have higher standards. Prepare to have your standards raised up. Prepare to know what it means to love truly. Prepare to be able to see through the veil and to be extremely empathetic. And prepare, when you come to ERZULIE Freda, please come correct, honey. Don't come no other way, honey. No. Okay? I'm gonna let you know right now. Any gods and goddesses that you work with, come correct. Don't don't yeah. Listen, okay? Any gods and goddesses that you work with, honey, come correct. Don't come asking without an offering. Don't do that, especially in the beginning. Meditate with them. Go on, you know, ask, hey, is this okay for me to work with you? Don't, you know, with ERZULIE Freda, if you are a melanated being, you know, as long as you ain't harmful to, if you don't hurt the kids, and you ain't out here mistreating people, women and stuff like that, you should be fine. But if you hurt children, don't come to her, honey. You gonna have a rude awakening. We don't play about them kids. Okay? That's one thing about ERZULIE Freda and the goddesses. And me, we don't play about them kids. So if you be hurting them kids, if you do any, don't. Go repent. Okay? But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video to anybody who would like to watch this. Thank you for holding safe space for me. Drop 4 pink hearts in the comments, my love. Please comment how you felt when watching this. Make sure you keep it cutesy. Thank you very much. If you would like to work with me, the Mystic Therapist, as mentioned, I am a clinical creative arts psychotherapist and counselor. a psychic medium, a tarot reader. I am a witchy woman, a goddess, a creatrix of magic. I do have an Etsy store. Feel free to shop. And if you need help doing some shadow work, you need help doing some inner child work, which ERZULIE FREDA is probably going to trigger within you. So if you need help with that, you can work with me directly, or you can book my course, Shadow Work Inner Child Edition. And very soon I will have another offering that will help you through that as well. Thank you for watching. Blessed be. Mwah. Bye, honey. ERZULIE FREDA.